huh?
Because you'd want them to offer it again, and you know,
Okay.
later on, you know, they might not offer it if they don't make money off it. But they actually did make money, maybe not as much as they would releasing a CD, because of course the cost of a CD is a lot bigger. But they did make money. Although sadly they said that, you know, it was an experiment, it was a moment in time, and they might not do it again. But the funny thing is, Metallica, which is what shut down Napster, is now considering offering a CD for free.
What is that? Is that a way of giving up or saying, I surrender?
I think it's a show of dynamism to the community, because if they antagonize people who listen to their music, essentially they're still antagonizing their fans. And those fans are still the targets for advertising, targets for concerts in the future. These people like them for their music. And if these people say that we're too good for you because you're not paying for our music, then that's as a blow to their fan base. It's in the long run, it's still a negative effect for that fan. So now they're trying to be more dynamic and address the so-called phenomenon or problem.
How has that affected, for example, the selling of pirated DVDs or pirated CDs that you see at every corner of a mall, for example, where people approach you and says, DVD, or would you like to buy a pirated CD?
I would hazard a guess that a lot less people are buying pirated music CDs right now, simply because a lot more people have a good internet connection at home or at work, wherein they could download literally albums within an entire workday. So since that option is already there, people are less keen on buying music CDs, since it's more readily available online. Maybe there's a greater market for the movie CDs or DVDs.
Yeah,
but
for 50 pesos.
Yeah, but for the music itself, I think it has transcended that CD format. It's all digital right now. You download it straight from the internet and it goes to your laptop without really crossing into a physical manifestation.
Yeah, and the consumption pattern is different. I'm saying, when you buy a DVD, you're willing to buy even a pirated DVD for 50 pesos because there's an event that's attached to it. When you buy the DVD, you go home, you're with your girlfriend or your family, you put it in the DVD player, and you know it's an event. But with music, it's background. You just put it in your iPod and you play it every day. So there's less willingness, I think, to pay for things that is just in the background. Whereas for 50 bucks, it's an event. You just buy your soft drinks and your popcorn, and you have a movie.
It's
at
a
home.
date.
Exactly.
It's a date
So
for 50.
You don't mind paying a little extra for that.
So what's the mindset there? Because it's only personal, therefore it should be free, and because it's an event, you're willing to pay 50 bucks.
I think so. I think because even in terms of consumption, you still do go to the movies and you pay for that. But when you listen to the radio is free. You don't pay for your music. So you have your radio on in the car, you're listening to it. So I think that's the mentality.
But Vince, you also said that for OPM, you know, for our local songs, you pay a fee. You're willing to pay a fee.
Yes, I buy CDs.
Okay, why are you willing to do that and not for foreign labels, for example?
Well, you know, mea culpa. I mean, that's really, it's a bad thing to say, but I think it's also for support for the local artists, because I appreciate that these are people in the industry. Some of them are people you know, and you want to be able to support them. Although, you know, it's hard because you know that not the 250 that you pay for the CD, I don't know what percent goes to the artist. It would actually be better for me if the local artists release it on the internet. I'd buy that directly if I know that the money will go straight to them and not to the marketing, not to the production of the CD.
Okay, you know, earlier before we went on the air, we were talking about artists being happy that, you know, pirated CDs or downloading on the internet exists, because then the money that they're supposed to make doesn't go to the record companies.
Yeah, because as I've been telling earlier, there is increased dynamism from certain artists. Certain artists like System of a Down, which is a rock band, they actually titled their album "Steal This Album."
Steal this album.
They wanted as many people.
How blatant can you get?
Yes, to really listen to their music. So that's the type of approach that they're going to. They know that they're not going to make their money selling the albums, and there are other ways of making the money, like like selling tickets to concerts, advertising online, since a lot of people are already online. So they're seeing those possibilities, and the type of piracy or the type of file sharing is in fact helping them improve and increase their fan base, thus making them more marketable, thus making them more viable as advertisers in the future.
Well, that's a change of mindset, isn't it? Well, thank you very much, Benj, and thank you, Vince, for joining us. When we return, we'll hear from the artists and how downloading activities are affecting them. Welcome back to Media in Focus. We're talking about free music downloads. Here with us tonight are singers / producers Heber Bartolome and John Lozano. Thank you for joining us, Heber and John. How much has the downloading of music in the internet affected your particular career?
Sa kaso ko, medyo hindi kasing grabe sa mga young producers. Na. Kasi yung mga songs ko nung araw pa, ngayon, kung dinadownload man sila at ng libre, no, na hindi ko alam paano ginagawa yon sa ibang mga sites. No. Natutuwa na rin ako dahil yung mga lumang kanta ko ay maririnig pa ng mga kabataan ngayon.
Nabubuhay ulit.
Ibang mindset na to. No? Pero nung araw, konting violation ng rights ko, dinidemand ako pati yung record companies.
Okay. Pero bakit nagpalit yung isip mo tungkol sa pananaw mo dito sa downloading?
Kailangan bukas ang pananaw natin sa mga pagbabago. Kung iba nga, no, ibang mga kaibigan ko na mga songwriters na mga bago pa lang, sana mapirate yung songs namin para maraming makarinig. May gano'n silang pagbabago ng attitude.
You agree with that ba?
Well, it actually works both ways. On one hand, for the producers like me, it's bad kasi like the income that we can generate from the actual sales of the album will be lessened. But then again, in terms of like popularity of the album in general, you know, and sa welfare ng mga artists and the songs that we wrote as a composer, the downloading is beneficial in that sense.
Which is worse, pirated CDs or downloading on the internet?
It's both. It's the same. It's basically the same. I mean, siguro pirated CDs are worse because it's packaged worse. You know, the packaging is different. Sometimes the titles are different. Sometimes iba yung picture ng artist, the actual artist that you have dun sa picture dun sa pirated CD. Unlike sa downloading, yun the song, the music speaks for itself. Unlike sa pirated CDs, iba.
But in both cases, Heber, wala kayong income dun sa dalawang...
Wala income. Yung nung araw, nung cassette pa, wala pang mga CDs, wala pang modern na technology like MP3s, no? Cassette pa nun. Yung mga songs ko sa Saudi Arabia, pinapirate. Kasi nag-duplicate sila ng copies. Same cover, mas magaganda pa nga yung cover nila. No?
Okay.
Ngayon, ngayong MP3s na dinadownload sa internet, masama yan sa mga independent producers katulad niya, no? Dahil gumagastos sila sa production no? Let's say ang cost ng isang album ay umabot let's say sa 500,000, no? Tapos dinada-download pala for free, no? So hindi lang mababawi 'yon. So next project nila, magdadalawang isip sila kung gagawa pa ng project o hindi na.
Okay. Anong dapat gawin, Heber? Kung ganun ang palakad, gumagastos ka ng 500,000 pesos, pagkatapos libre lang nakukuha sa internet. Anong maaaring gawin?
Titigil ka.
Titigil ka?
Titigil ka sa pag-produce dahil
mamamatay ka
wala ka
bilang
ng
producer.
perang magagamit dahil supposed to be iikot dapat yung production money mo. Mapabalik sa'yo para makaproduce ka ng panibagong project. No?
Okay. Meron ka bang kilalang mga producers na namatay na lang? Namatay na yung kanilang...
Marami, hindi naman producers, mga composers na talagang... Kasi meron ding conflict dati yung record company saka yung composers, no?
Yes.
Yung sinasabing hindi tama yung reporting nila sa sales, no?
Yes.
At
being
maraming composers na namatay na mahirap, no? Kahit sila mga Levis Lerio, mga legends natin. Ang nagsimula yan sa hindi pagbabayad ng tama ng record companies. Ngayon naman, ang record companies, sila nagkakaroon problema dahil sa problemang dinidiscuss natin ngayon.
Oo. Pero hindi ba sinasabi nga nila, even bad publicity is good? Dahil sa magiging mas sikat ka, mas kilala yung kanta mo. So, even if you don't get income, isn't it for an artist and producer like yourself, better that you are better known worldwide because of the internet?
May konting pagkakaiba yung sa in-explain mo dahil usually ang pinapirate yung magaganda no?
Okay.
Yung mga kumikita. Kasi kaya pinapirate yan ng mga pirates, no? Kasi para bumenta sila at kumita sila. So kung pangit yung product mo, baka hindi
what I mean by bad publicity is even if it's downloaded for free, you don't get any income from it, at least your song becomes more popular.
Kasi yung mga fans mo, hinahanap yung songs mo kung hindi man available sa market. Kahit sa akin, hindi man available sa market yung songs ko. So, I would rather yung binabagit kayo ng dalawa na downloadable na, diretso sa artist pupunta yung income.
Yes.
Yun ang gusto ko mangyari.
But, it's not happening.
Hindi pa. Pero later on, pwede mong mailagay sa online yung